So I read somewhere, I was reading a book, and the phrase that really touched me was go where you appreciated. It's true. In this journey called life, no, the life we live in, to be honest, yeah. There are people who are going to love you, and there are people who are going to hate you with no reason whatsoever, and there are people who are going to just ignore you. And the truth is, you have to accept it. So if you're in an environment, you find yourself in an environment where people don't appreciate you, where people don't value you, where people don't encouraging you, where you feel like you are stuck, where people are not you know encouraging you, you know, it's not a safe environment for you. It's not a thriving environment for you. So you need to remove yourself. You need to have the courage to remove yourself to an environment and put yourself in an environment where it's good for you. An environment that's going to help you to thrive, you know, because what's the point of living in if you're not happy? What's the point of living in an environment where it's stifling your growth, in an environment where you're not happy, in an environment where you're just you're walking on eggshells, you know? I remember growing up, you know, I had friends. Okay, but I'm a very bubbly person, and I love having so many friends. You know, yeah, my childhood memory, I have all that. You know, just having these friends around me, and then of course I was taken to a boarding school in Kenya, of course, and then. In boarding school, you have friends, you have people who are not your friends, you have acquaintances. It's an environment where you just, in a boarding school, you know, you're all learning. You have one thing in common, just to learn, pass exams, and of course pursue your dreams. That's it. That's why we are there. That's the main goal. Anyway, back to the point. The point is, um, there are some friends I really wanted to be in. You know, a group of friends I wanted to be in that part of the clique. You know, I did so much, trying to be seen by them, trying to be accepted by them, trying, to be embraced by them. But the more I try to do things, like favors so that I'm able to be accepted in the group, the more I reduce myself, the more I started, having self-doubt on myself, and then it reaches a point where I felt like, you know what, um, you don't force friendship, you don't force relationships. That's one thing I realized at that time, and I was still, in high school at that time. I think I was around 15 years old, 16 years old, So what I did was I decided, you know what, I'm gonna remain with the friends that I have, and then if someone doesn't want to be my friend, it's fine. It's life, And then of course at that time, when you are at that time, we are literally in the Kenyan system. We are literally being you know coached, yeah, being coached, prepared to do our final exam. So and the one thing I remember very well that made me realize what I am pursuing was wrong was because the teachers were literally, focused, like, what, you guys, you're about to sit for your final exam. The main focus here is to do your final exam, to pass the final exam. Don't mess up. It's all that. So this teacher came in and say, you know what, you guys, when you came here in this school, you all came alone. Your parents brought you here, yes, but you came in alone. And then you met these friends in school, yes, and you made these connections, which is good. But at the end of the day, when you sit for that final exam, you're going to leave this school alone. And when you get your results that are going to determine whether you're going to a university or not, or whatever you're going to do in life, the results are just going to mention your name only, not your friend's name, just you alone. So instead of wasting time making this friendship and all this stuff, spend more time in your books, spend more time, that's what he said actually. And I remember that very well. I've never forget that. And that was a wake-up call for me, and then I realized, you know what, I'm wasting so much time, just trying to have this connection with these friends. But actually, at the end of the day, when I finish my exam, I'll get out of that gate and yeah, and go home. And when the results come, it will just be my name and my grade. And this grade will determine, if I'm going to university or not, the kind of uh, courses I'm going to take in future, and let me not lie, for those who are not aware, the Kenyan system, it has this thing of, you're supposed to get a certain grade so that you're able to pursue certain careers. If you don't meet that kind of grade, then you are being told, okay, you are supposed to do something else like that. So things are changing right now, but to be honest, at the time, my time, it was very crucial. Parents want you to become a lawyer, a doctor, study medicine. It was a big thing. Right now, with the way things are within the country, is the country, they're focusing more on, besides, yes, medicine is good, law degree is very good, technology is very good, but they're also focusing more on talent. Because for most African parents, to be honest, they never used to value talent. To be honest, they used to focus more on books. But with the way things are changing, the world has changed with the way we are living in a global village, and so many parents right now in the country have seen so many kids who have talent, like for example playing football and they become successful, artists who have become successful, musicians who have become successful. So parents have learned that and they're leaning towards talents right now. But at the time when I was growing up, believe you me, it was books. It was all about books. It was books, 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 and nothing else. And then, of course, right now we are dealing with a lot of high unemployment. So many graduates, people have degrees, not only just one degree like undergraduate, they also have masters. Others have PhD, but they're not jobs. So literally, the government has come up with a system of telling people, you know what, it's not just about books. You need to think outside the box. There are so many ways you can earn money just outside the box. So right now everyone is thinking of outside the box, how to make money. So that's the reality we're living in. So things have changed and I'm happy for that. But at the time, me, it was all about the books. So that was my mental, I shift my focus. Now it was just the books, so that I passed the exam, which thank God I did. And yes, I was able to go to university. So the point I'm trying to make here is, you go where you're valued, you go where you're seen, you go where you're heard, you go where you're embraced. Okay, so if you're in an environment where you feel like you are not respected, you're not seen, you're not heard, people are not giving you your value, then please remove yourself. Learn to remove yourself. It will be, yes, I agree, it will be uncomfortable to remove yourself from one environment to another. True. But at the end of the day, for your mentality, for your peace of mind, for you to thrive, you need to think of the bigger picture. Because if you are living in a place where you're walking on eggshells, where you're so uncomfortable, where you don't know, if you do certain things, you're going to be criticized, where you're going to feel like you're going to be looked down, it's not a good feeling. And yes, even when it comes to relationships, and yes, I have been in certain relationship where I was forcing issues, to be honest. When I look back, I think, because I was so scared of starting afresh, afresh, breaking up this relationship, because I've invested time, energy, in this relationship. I've been there for years, and I was scared to start afresh. I was scared to call myself single. I was scared, at the time, as I look back, and and in the process, I wasted a lot of time being in a wrong relationship. Looking back, because if you are stuck in a place where you're not thriving, where you're not growing, where you're not adding value to each other, it's not a good place. And as human beings, we're supposed to develop. As human beings, we're supposed uh, to grow. And this happened when I was just doing my undergraduate. You know, I was just doing my undergraduate, and I was really forcing this relationship to work, and I wasted so much time in that relationship, just pushing myself to make it work. And yes, don't get me wrong, my instincts were telling me this is wrong. My instincts were telling me this relationship is wrong, but I was in love. I mean, they say love is blind, and it's true. Love is blind. I was in love. Let's call a spade or a big spade. I was in love, and I was trying to force issues, you know. And the more you force, the more someone is pushing you away. The more I am so blind, and I'm like, oh come on! I was burying my head in the sand. I'm saying this thing is gonna work. It will work. It will work. And in the process, I was hurting myself, because you love someone who doesn't love you. You love someone who doesn't appreciate you. Who you love someone who doesn't see value in you. You love someone who literally is not seeing long-term relationship with you at all. But you have literally you're looking at this relationship with tinted rose colored glasses. You are looking at, no, I'm gonna change this guy's mindset, or I'm gonna make him fall in love with me. Oh, and that's why I was this is me sharing my personal story to you, and I'm trying, and the reason why I'm sharing it, because I hope it will it will touch someone else out there, and maybe change someone else's life for the better. So yeah, that's what happened. And then yeah, fast forward, I graduated. This relationship, nothing came out of it. He moved forward with his life, uh, and I moved forward with my life, but still nothing came out of it. But what I got out of it, yes, I had life lessons which I learned, which, and the one thing which I learned, and I'm gonna tell you, do not force issues. Do not force issues at all. Go where you embrace. Go where you're accepted. Go where you're seen. Go where you're heard. That's what I'll tell you. Go where you see value. People see value in you. That is what I learned, and that's what I'm telling you. So if you're in an environment where people are not accepting you, please accept it. It's painful, I know, but accept it and move out of that environment, because it's not healthy. Mentally, it's not healthy for you. Okay? It will, because if you don't take care of your mentality, peace of mind, you are going to get hurt. You are going to feel self demotivated. You are going to asking yourself, am I enough? By the way, let me not lie, there's nothing bad as being in an environment where you start asking yourself, am I enough? Because it's gonna eat you up. And if you still continue being in that environment which is not good for you, you might end up becoming depressed. You might end up becoming feeling like as if you're a loser, and it's not a good thing. So yes, go where you're seen, go where you're heard, go where you're valued, to be honest. So me, that's what happened to me, and I hope this content I'm sharing, it's gonna touch someone out there, going to help someone out there, so that they make the right decision for you. I made the right decision for myself. With the time, as time goes by, I realized, okay, the relationship wasn't going anywhere. I was hurting myself, and I was like literally degrading myself, and yeah, so I literally removed myself from the environment. Is letting go easy? No, it wasn't easy for me, but I had to force myself. I had to force myself. So I hope you learn something out of this. I hope you are able to look at yourself, ask yourself, and be honest with yourself, ask the real questions about exactly what you want to achieve out of your life. And then from there, then make the hard decision. Make the hard decision, have the courage to go through with it. It's not easy, but you can do it. And so many people are doing it, because this life journey that everyone is going through, everybody has their cross they're bearing. Everybody has a story to tell. Believe you me, you see someone smiling out there, they have a story they're telling you, and you, if they open their mouth, you'll be like, wow, my God, I didn't realize this is your journey. So yeah, this is my journey. This is what happened to me, and I embrace it. I remove myself from the environment, and this is where I am right now. And when I look back, I hope the life lessons I got, is what I'm literally going through with them, and it's what I'm applying them. Right now, I don't force any relationship whatsoever. If it's meant for me, it's meant for me. If someone loves me, then I love back. If someone doesn't love me, it's okay. It's okay. It wasn't made for me. It's okay. You move on with your life. Go love someone else. That's how I operate nowadays. And in the process, I've been able to have peace of mind. In the process, I've been able to live my journey the way I am, 100% truly, no fakeness at all. Some people don't understand me. It's okay. I've accepted that. It's my journey. It's me who's supposed to live this journey. Some people are questioning me when I do certain things, but it's okay. I usually close the outside noise. I've accepted this is my journey. This is me living my life the way I am. Okay. So even you can accept your journey and accept the life lessons, the mistakes you made along the way. But remember, if something is not for you, remove yourself from that environment. Go where you're embraced. Go where you sing. Go where you're heard.